What's up, family? It's your boy, Always Living Blessed. I got with me my brother from another mother, ERGB. We're going through this. I got an email about a week ago from somebody named Benjamin. He asked me not to use any part of his name. I'll just say Benjamin because your thing does say Benjamin, even though it's just like, I ain't gonna, never mind. But anyway, he's dating a woman that has 4 kids, 3 are hers. And she just recently joined the church, and she just recently told him she's saving herself for marriage. I'm guessing they got to a point where they decided to explore that realm to be physical, and she told him like, hey Benjamin, I'm not trying to do that unless there's a ring. Now me and my bro here is going to explore that and tell you the reason why it's not wise to have sex before marriage. And I'm going to tell you the reason why a lot of women do that, and the reason why, some people look down on it and some people actually praise it. What did you say?
I was saying pretty much that, from a Christian perspective, most Christians know, that the Bible doesn't promote premarital sex. I think it is commendable for any man or woman who wants to live a Christian life to the fullest and wants to abstain from having sex. I think it's going to do one or two things. It's going to push you apart, or it's going to bring you close together. Especially if you have one partner who is trying to abstain and one who's not, then that'll push you apart. But if you both on the same page, where look, we're going to save ourselves for marriage, it could be a beautiful thing. It could be a bond to bring y'all together. But once he tells you more about the situation, we'll see how, it's kind of like a conflict of interest, and there's a lot of variables going on here.
Yeah, I gave you a little, like a snippet. She's new to the church. She has 3 kids, and they started dating. He's really interested in her. She has a lot of wifely qualities that he really wants. He's in the church as well, but he's one of them church people that they're human. They backslide, as they say. And he's like, nah, I can't do that. I'm ready to step out and find me something I can. What did he say? He said he wants to, before he buys the car, he wants to test drive it. At one point in time, I used to agree with that. I'm not gonna lie, I used to agree with that specific saying, because I understand where he's coming from, and I also understand where she's coming from. I looked at your Instagram, Benjamin, and you guys make a beautiful couple. She is gorgeous. I also understand the reason why she feels as though that she wants to save herself for marriage. Even though she has 3 kids, don't look down on her because of that. These days, women of that stature, she seems like she has a good head on her shoulders. She has a good job. She recently graduated college. Kudos to her. These days, people, they don't want to buy the cow. They just want to sip on the milk. So these days it's like, if you feel as though I'm worth it, you should give me that. And it's sad to say some women out there are using that just to get married. And you get a lot of people that get divorced real quick. So me saying that is, I wouldn't personally. I told you I didn't want to ignore you. I didn't want to answer your question through the email. I said, I'll make a video because there's somebody else that may need to hear this. I personally think it's nothing wrong with that. She feels as though that she's worth a ring. She's worth it. She feels as though that, even though the quality that you said she has a lot of wifely qualities, as we like to call it, the 80-20. 80% what you need, 20 what you don't. She has that. It's very rare to find that in a woman. Okay, she may have had 3 issues. I would say children are issues, but there was men that actually, they didn't want to plant. They just wanted to make a deposit and not plant trees. Unfortunately, that happened, but that doesn't take away from her. That doesn't take it away from her at all. I say, if you feel as though she's worth it, give her a chance. Go through marriage counseling. I strongly suggest that. Go through marriage counseling so you guys can see where each other's head is at. And you guys can see where y'all want to go and where y'all trying to go. You know, because sometimes people may tell you, oh, I'm saving myself for marriage, and they just trying to rush you to the altar just to leave you. I mean, and then on top of that, there's a lot of things going on where, I mean, I look at it as it's a good thing and bad thing at the same time, because, you know, I agree with what you said. You said you would like to find her, explore her sexually. I agree with you a little bit, because these days people got preferences. There's a lot of women that got preferences these days. There's a lot of men that got preferences these days. I mean, women got some type of preferences like this. Men got, you know, preferences where, you know, they want a woman to be able to do this, do that, eat this, like that, you know. So these days, you know, you don't.
Well, that's where the communication comes in, because you can talk about what you. I mean, without having sex, you can talk about what you like, what you don't like, and kind of get an idea.
May get y'all hot and bothered.
It may get you hot and bothered, but you know that's part of the, you know, the risk you take. But I think that communicating what you like, what you don't like, is definitely a good idea. Because you don't want to get to the bedroom after you do the nuptials and then, oh, you don't do that. That's a fine time to tell me you don't do that. You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
I think it's definitely good to have that conversation and be open and honest about, you know what I mean? Because you might have some crazy fantasies and she'd be like, I ain't with that.
What?
Like, what?
You want to do what to my toes?
Right. I don't do that. Like, I ain't with the truffle butter. I ain't with the truffle butter neither. It's nasty. But yeah, you know, you got to discuss those things and get it out the way. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you can end up upset. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm a Christian, and you know, I think sex. You know, anybody that can withstand from being. I mean, I didn't wait. You know, I had that girlfriend. I was 18, was it 18 and a half, something like that? Yeah, I was 18. I was a grown man, pretty much. First year of college. You know what I mean? I know this guy was like 11, so you know what I mean?
I started early.
It started early.
Not too early.
Nah, I was just playing. I don't know how old he was, but he was 11. That's kiddie porn. But back to the point at hand. Yeah, just conversation is important. Communication is always an issue in relationships. Trust is always an issue. So, you know, just be open and honest about what you're gonna do, Benjamin. You know what I mean? You know, weigh the pros and cons. You know what I mean? Like, you know, do you like this girl as much as you think you do? Because if you really like her and love her, then maybe you can wait. But you know, if you're looking at it like, well, look, you already got 3 kids. Why you ain't letting me get it?
I think that's what he's looking
You know
at
what I mean?
like that. Yeah.
Dude, you might want to step off then.
Yeah, you
It's not the
went
right
for the wrong
situation for
reasons
you.
in that.
It's not the right. I mean, I would have read it just like you, bro. You know what I mean? She got 3 kids. What? You want what? Oh, you want to wait for me, but you couldn't wait for them other 3, 4 guys. Okay. You know what I mean? So it looks like you might want to let this one go, man. Does Benjamin have kids?
No, he don't have no kids.
Benjamin.
He got no kids.
Bro, Benjamin. It's not the right situation for you, bro.
But I mean, he
maybe 1.
He considering it.
3 now?
He considering it.
You gonna be stepdad for 3? You better than me, dog.
He considering it.
1 kid, I'll be like,
well, you gotta understand, Benjamin in the church. Benjamin, he ready to take that on. You know,
I'm in the church too, but I'm like, 1 kid? I'm like, 1 kid. Like,
I considered one time dating a chick with, remember that chick that had like, what did she have, like 4 kids? Remember that?
You got the heat on here, dog?
Yeah, my bad.
Cool. Yeah, you cracked this.
You got the jacket on.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, didn't remember I considered dating a chick? I considered dating someone that had 5 kids. She was a beautiful woman. And she was in the church too.
Yeah.
She was in the church too.
I bet she was.
She's really in the church. And I was like, I got to know her. And I mean, I was actually considering, because this is before I had kids. I was really considering being the dad, like the Brady Bunch. I was considering it big time. And my mom actually talked me out of it. You know, she was like, listen, I think you should wait to have your own kids before you take on someone else's responsibility. You know, my mom was like, you know, because I couldn't believe my mom was saying this, because she was a single mother. I'm like, well, you know, you would encourage that. She's like, no, Because actually the woman, she actually went to our church. And it was like, she was like, no, you're young. You still got your whole life ahead of you. Because me and this woman was actually the same age. And she's like, no, you got your life ahead of you. You focus on what you need to do. You know, God will have somebody for you. God will have somebody for her. You just want her because of the lust factor, which I did. I did want her for the lust factor. She was everything I imagined. She was a Coke bottle. Me, I love curves. Love me a curvy girl. Love me a curvy girl.
I like
and
it, don't
she had curves. She was, woo. You could take it. Remember who used to have that commercial with the marble that would go around the car? Was that Lexus?
I think so.
Yeah, she had that one. The marble would have kept going. It would have kept going.
Cease and marble.
Yeah. So my mom was like, you just want that for lust. You just want to. That's all you want to do. You just want to pop, and that's it. And after you pop, you probably like, what I get myself into? So eventually, you know, I prayed about it, and eventually God let someone come to the church. He actually had like 6 kids, and it was crazy. And they got together.
And they were the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, they were the Brady Bunch.
Had a whole circus.
It worked out for them because actually they still married to this day. And actually they had
enough
two.
For a pickup game.
They had. They had 2 additional kids of their own, and they actually did really well. You know, they actually.
She had 5.
She had 4.
She had 4. He had 6. That's 10.
Yeah. So
and they had 2 more. 12.
2 additional kids.
Okay.
So they actually.
So that's a full court game.
Yeah, they actually did pretty well.
Yeah, that's 5 on 5. Got 2 on the bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, but just pray on it, Benjamin. You know, and if this is for you, God will let you know this is who He wants for you. And if it's not,
yeah, definitely,
God will put somebody in your life who you want.
Definitely,
also,
pray on that, brother, good brother. You know what I mean? You know, in the church, you know what I mean. You know, what's it? Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Read that on your own, brother. I'm trying to think about what it says exactly, but he gonna talk. I'm gonna try to think what that says.
Yeah, but definitely, I would say definitely pray on it, because one thing about God is that He listens.
What is that?
That's a magnet.
Projectiles.
It's a magnet for this. You know, He listens, and the devil listens too. If you say that you want a specific woman to be this specific way, God will give you that, with no strings attached or no baggage. Not to say the kids are baggage. God will give you that. But also, the devil listens too. He be like, oh, Benjamin likes his woman a little dunk in the trunk, and he likes the little groceries up top. Okay, I got you, Benjamin. You know, and he'll get you off your game. But I strongly suggest, if you are ready for a wife, really wholeheartedly ready for a wife, pray on it, fast on it, and if God wants you to have someone, He'll bring them forth. And if He wants you to have her, it'll be so. And it would be no problem to question her celibacy. You know, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go a step further. I'm gonna just say this: for you to question her celibacy, she's not for you. For you to question the reason why she's doing it, she's not for you. You know, because you should respect her in saying that, like, okay, that's no problem. You know, don't look at it as a challenge. Oh yeah, she just want to see what I'm gonna do. No, you shouldn't even question it, bro. You should be like, okay, that's no problem. You know what? I want to get to know your mind anyway, and your heart. That's just a bonus, you know. But that's my opinion. You know, did you find that verse?
I did. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. I should have remembered this, but I had time lap in my mind. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not into thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. So, back to what we were saying, you know, for everything, much prayer and supplication, pray about it, see what the Lord puts on your heart, you know, in regards to, you know, what direction to take with this young lady. Me personally, I don't like the setup, you know what I mean, 3 kids, you know what I mean. She must look good, you know, because you got to remember, men are visual creatures, and sometimes we lie. I fell for it too. BBD said, look, don't fall for a big butt and a smile. Listen, it will get you. And she only had 1 son, and I was like, no, it didn't work, you know what I mean. But it was really like more of a personality clash. However, don't allow the physical with representation to dictate, you know, your future, man.
That can set you up too.
See where her mind is at, man. You know what I mean? Pray on it. Get to know her, you know, a little bit more. See where her mind is at, man. If she's trying to build with you, you know what I mean? So somebody you can build with somebody that somebody else tried to build with, and the civilization failed. You know what I mean? You don't want that. You don't want to fail in civilization. You trying to be fruitful and multiply. You know what I mean? Have children of your own. You know what I mean? And one thing for me, I don't know about you, but one thing for me, I want it to be special. Like somebody doesn't have a child. You know what I mean? It's our first child together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. You ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? We experience. Childbirth is a beautiful thing. People take that for granted.
Because you not only
some people can't have children.
You're learning how to be parents together.
Together, it's a special thing, man. It's meant for two people. It's not meant for one. Like I said, we both products of single parent homes, but it's not meant for one person to do. It's meant for two people to do together. So, you know, just think about that, man. I hope you know, take the advice from this video, and it does help you. You know, hope the scripture helps you in your Christian walk, man. And much luck to you, man. Not luck, but, you know, be blessed, man. Trust in the Lord, and you know, hopefully we'll talk to you again in the future, good brother.
Benjamin, love you. Hope you enjoyed this video, and then anybody else, I hope this is beneficial to you. Not to say people that have kids, you can't find happiness, but just pray. If she's for him, she will be for him. If he's for you, he will be for you. So I hope this was helpful, buddy. Love you. Peace.